Hello everyone and welcome back to the new series in building and formatting our thesis by using Microsoft Word, maybe 2016 or above or 365. But in today's session I'm going to explain and extend the table sessions, and I'm going to explain some of the points that you should be aware of. As you can see, there is a line here, and this is the table numbering. There is no space. So last time we created a style, so we can modify this style by adding more space by clicking format, then paragraph, and add, let's say, maybe 12 points and 6 points after the text. So now click. Now it's much better. Here, let's say we have 6 points and here 12 points, or maybe you can change again, right click, modify 6 points for each of them. So now it's clearer than before and more attractive. So these are the main points that we should focus on. There is also one thing, if the line should be what you call it, the table title, this one should be in the same line with the table number, so it is like that. But if you want to make it in separate space, you just hold down and press shift key and then enter. So this is another point that most of the students are asking about. Regarding the naming convention for the tables, this is table number, this is the table title, these are rows, so these are rows, and this is the column or stub column, or stub sometimes they call it, on the left side. And at the same time, these are the column heads, they call them, including this one, but this is because of the left side, because this one it's becoming on the left side, they call it stub. These they call them stub, we can say spanning columns, because we have under them 2 or more columns. Instead of repeating the words, we just call them, we just add the important words which are related, and this is the common word for all the columns. So this is the spanning column, and they call it docked column, also this one docked column, and column heads, these are all column heads, and this is stub column. So these are the things that we would like to highlight. Besides, we can see here no space between the table and the text. So if we click here, the type of paragraph we have here is after. So it's better to have a space before it. This is the before. We go to the settings, we can see there is a space which is 12 points before. So this is more appropriate to use here. So we can change this into this one. Now it's much better. You can just also click here and to add some notes beneath the table. There are certain things that we should be aware of. The notes, there are 3 types. The general note, it should be written like this. Here the general note, and then click shift, we press shift and then enter, we go to the next line. This is specific note, and then shift enter, and this probability note. So now we are going to create a style. We click here, this arrow, and then create style. I'm going to call it maybe table note. We'll make some changes based on paragraph, and then a normal table note. We go to the settings. The font size should be smaller than the text inside the table. Maybe you can say also the formatting, we want only single spacing and maybe we have some space after the notes. Let it be 12 or less, or make it 0. If we have this paragraph and it has already 6 points or 12 points, it's enough that everything will be shown clear. So we click OK, we click OK. Now we have these fonts, but still table notes, we have to modify the font type. So now it's much clearer. There should be a dot here, and this first word should be italicized. Now this is the general note. You can add any abbreviation or explanation for the abbreviations inside the table. Like if you have here like L1, you can just explain here L1 equals level 1 in this table. Or maybe you can explain the any value, like here we have 0.7 which has the value, let's say above 0.4, so we explain that the 0.7 is above 0.4 and is in bold face, something like that. For specific notes, we have to add superscripts, so like here, and with lowercase. So it is for a specific line or specific columns or specific cells. So here I can add A. Before that, I just click the superscript A, and the same superscript will be written in the note and the note space. So if you have for here, let's say another column or another cell or whatever, we need to add another specific note. We just write B, and here just write B. Before that superscript, we have to click, then B, then we click it again. We say this is specific node 2, maybe something like that. So for the naming convention, starts from the left side to the right side. So here A and here B, and from the top to bottom. So maybe here you can so it should be from left to right and top to bottom. So this is A, B, and if we have here, it will be C and D. For the probability, we can use like the asterisks, explain the significance of the values less than 0.05, and here we have, let's say, 2 asterisks, the p-value is less than 0.1, 0.1, that's enough. This is the probability. So this is the general note, and this is specific note, and this is the probability note. Let's say if the table is extended to the next page, we just click or we just press the tab key until we reach the next page. I want to show you something. I want to repeat the table header and also to write the table continued. So here we just write the values. Let's say this is level 1, and here some values we have 4, 5, 6, whatever, 9, and then we go to the bottom border, we click on it, and then we click this sign, plus sign, again, we click the board line, and then there is a plus sign. You can see there is a space here, and you can merge these two cells and merge them and write table 1.2 continued. So now the table is repeated, and the size, it could be the same as the table, or you can increase it from here if it is required to have the same font size of the text. So what about the headings here? We can just copy them, Control C, and then we hold down for 2 lines, and then right click, and then we select insert as new rows. So everything now is much better, and you can maybe here make some modifications. Just highlight something here. So we just go to the top again and again. Here the same. Go top again and again and again until you see everything is clear. So now you can continue writing your numbers or your figures that you got without any problems. Now you added table 1.2 continued, and then you have the last line of the first table in the previous page, it's underlined. So now also the notes are provided here. I hope this is enough for this session, and in the next session I'm going to format another table, so we could have different tables that you may encounter in your PhD. Thank you very much for your watching, and I hope this is informative. If there is any unclear point that you want to ask and you want more information about it or explanation, just write them down at the comments, and I'll be ready to explain to you. Thank you very much.